Welcome to The Good Ride. I'm James Beastie. I'm married with children, but deeply committed to an open relationship with snowboard gear. Today, I'm talking about the Offshore Snurfs Up. Kind of hard to say for some reason. I got this thanks to my buddy Ren, who came to ride with me, let me borrow this for a week, sent it back, thank you. And it was great to get to know Offshore. They're out of Japan, small brand, but really high quality, fun boards. I got this in hard snow, slightly edgeable, on top of some very thick, wet snow. Then I got it in some good groomers and some other varied conditions. I was hoping to get it in some deep shit, but the weather didn't cooperate in the time I had. I rode this primarily with Union Atlas and Nidecker Rift lace. As far as sizing goes, this 157 worked okay for me, but I'd be much happier with the 160. I think that would better fit my weight, and I wouldn't still have any trouble turning it. Even though it's a little wide, it's just one of those boards that's easy to turn, even if you're a size 9 boot. Some things that might make you want to swipe right. This has fun pop, a cool camber profile that's forgiving, but still very fun to turn and floaty. It has an exceptionally fast base. Some things that might make you want to swipe less. This is a light poppy board, so it can be a little chattery for those riders like myself who's 185 to 190, but it's not terrible. I've tried a lot worse. When it comes to the shape, this is tapered and directional, but not super set back. It's not sitting you on the tail. You're a little more centered. This feels a little bit more in between the feet, and it doesn't feel as tapered as it looks. It's got that cool pin nose and pin tail. It feels more like Big Mountain Freeride or just Freeride. When it comes to the camber, there's a decent amount of camber between the feet with a little bit of early rise before the nose and tail. That makes this board feel stable, not too catchy, forgiving. I think most riders could get on this of any ability level despite its high price tag and ride this and have a good time. It tracks really well, one foots really well, doesn't feel super tapered and like you have to lean back into the tail to keep it from washing either. Edge hold is very competent, especially for being this light and poppy. Not amazing, but you can go out in hard snow and it's not gonna wash that easily. Can handle some surprise. Now, Ren will talk about the flex because he's getting in on this review, but I just thought it was easy to access, very poppy, very good. When it comes to uneven snow, there are better boards, but for being on a board a little too small, this didn't do a bad job. If I was on the 160, it'd be a little bit better, but it would still have that same dynamic energy that makes it so poppy and fun, making it buck you and bounce you around a little more. When I got on other boards same day, like I did test this against the Burton Power Wagon, and the Power Wagon was better in uneven snow. It felt more damp, it felt more engaged, but that one might have been a little big for me. So, good enough for most people, especially if you're a little bit lighter than myself. When it comes to pointing it, I think this board is very competent, and the side cut will allow you to point it more than you would think, especially for being a 7.5 meter side cut. But it definitely lives a little bit more on the turny side, and it's not as damp for those who really like to straight line. It's more of a turny board. The base is just downright exceptional. I love this base. This has easy glide. If you're in a group of friends and they don't have Gantom sticks or moss or high-end boards like that, you need to go first because you're gonna pass everybody. This is that good of a base. I just love this winter tune, and it does so well in powder. It just keeps its speed. It's amazing. Now, when it comes to turning, this had a very quick turn initiation for me. Even if I went up to the 160, I still think it would be pretty fast. And when you got it on edge, it definitely lives on the turnier side. It's more across the groomer to circle carve, but it wasn't bad going down the line, more longer drawn out turns either. It's not gonna fight you on that. And the spring out of the turn is great. It's not gonna hold really super hard carves. There are better boards for that, but it does really good for being this light and this poppy. Now, when it comes to powder, you don't have a lot of setback on board. You only get 3.625 inches at a 22-inch stance width set all the way back. That's not a lot for a snow surfboard or a lot of alternative freeride boards, but it's about on par for your average freeride board. And if you like a little bit of landing gear, you like to get a lot of air, and you want a more centered ride, this is going to do a very good job. That's why it has a little bit more of that big mountain feel for those who like to get a lot of air, like to ride more centered, and ride steeper terrain. For low angle powder, I could do better than this. It's not going to be bad. And Ren can talk about powder a little more than I can. And overall, I was really happy to get on this Snurfs Up. I think it's a really fun board. I love their fast base. I love this dynamic, energetic flex that doesn't totally shit the bed in uneven terrain for a light, ultra poppy board. I would love to try this in a 160. I'd love to get on more offshore boards, and I think they did a great job.
Hi everyone, my name is Ren, and we are here today to talk about the Offshore Snurfs Up 157. So Offshore is a Japanese brand that's in the Hokkaido Island, the northern island of Japan. And this is a very free ride directional board. This is a 157. I rode this mostly in good to excellent conditions, except for today, which was like a very icy with like some dust on crud, some good spots, but mostly bad spots. And powder. I got to have this in thick, a 3-foot powder, 1-foot light powder, 2-foot light powder, and like maybe 6-7 inches of powder, a lot of tracked powder, and a lot of clean powder, and very good groomers. So here I am doing board flex for the Offshore. I'll say overall, it's pretty stiff, pretty poppy, very stiff on the tail. Stiffer on the tail than in the middle. As for nose, definitely a lot softer in the nose than on the tail. So I'll probably rate 7 out of 10 in the middle, maybe 8 out of 10 in the tail, and maybe a 6 out of 10 in the nose. In a short summary, this board is for more on the aggressive side, definitely on the stiffer side for the aggressive rider that likes to ride directionally. It has 20 millimeters of taper, so it's very turny, very slashy, but not completely unforgiving. It will have your back if you need to skid a turn or two. It has a fucking fast base. It's like one of the best I ever ridden, up there with Genton Stick, Jones, all the good stuff. Edge hold didn't fail me at. I didn't have it on super icy conditions, but it held through what I put on, and it has a very good, very dynamic feel on snow. It's very poppy, a very easily accessible pop out of a turn. Spring out of a turn is no problem. Short radius turns is what it excels at, but if you need to bomb the straight line, it has your back. It's probably not the best for super hard conditions and uneven snow, but I don't think that's what it's made for. It can plow through soft and even conditions really well. And as a person who loves to ride free ride directional boards, this is probably one of my favorite boards ever. For a powder day or for a busy resort day. It's for the directional rider that has more of an aggressive stance but surfy at the same time, that is switching between powder and resort and doing a lot of side country. This would be an excellent choice in my opinion.